Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater Sound Check. This time out, a module from Rupert Neve Designs that'll give you a ton more gain before feedback with your live microphones. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the 545 from Rupert Neve Designs, what the company calls their primary source enhancer. Now what this box does is automatically reduce background noise and feedback. So if you have live microphones on stage, a performer walks in front of a speaker, if they're in front of a loud wedge monitor, the microphone starts to feed back, the 545 will automatically react and cut that feedback down. This allows you to get a great deal more gain before feedback on stage, up to 20 dB more than you'd have without the 545 inserted into the signal. The 545 is based on the rack mount 5045, but it's in the 500 series format. Now because you use this on a single channel in your mixer on a single microphone, this allows you to have an array of 545s and insert them into all your problem channels on your mixer and control feedback on all the microphones on stage. Particularly useful if you have background singers where you want a lot of gain before feedback, but you don't want to pick up a lot of the background noise, the ambient noise off the stage, and you certainly don't want any feedback problems. So being able to place these into a 500 series chassis like this Rupert Neve Designs R6 gives you the opportunity to have many channels in a very compact format. The 545 isn't a noise gate. It uses what Rupert Neve Designs called predictive and adaptive technology. It's entirely analog circuitry, and it features Rupert Neve Design transformers on the input and output. The 545 is very simple to operate. Basically with the 5045, there were a couple different settings that many engineers used, and they brought those two settings over here, which makes the module very easy to operate. We just have 5 controls to set up. At the top of the module, we have the engage switch. This is basically a bypass for the module. When it's illuminated, the module is active. We have an LED below that indicates when an active signal is going through the module. Threshold sets the level at which the module starts to operate. Simply turn that up until feedback goes away or background noise goes away. Very simple to set up. The depth control sets up how far the module is pushing background noise or feedback down. When we dial this all the way to -20, we're getting 20 more dB of gain before feedback. The fast switch determines how quickly the module responds to incoming signals. When it's set to slow, we have a slower ramp up, and it'll be a little bit more gentle operation. With fast, we can operate on even cutting feedback between words or with very articulate and dynamic sources. Our final control is a peak switch, and this determines whether we're operating with an RMS detection circuit or a peak detection circuit. RMS is more gentle, it's more of an averaging kind of look at the incoming signal, whereas peak is looking at the transients. As far as inputs and outputs, depending on your chassis, basically you're going to have an XLR in and an XLR out. Just insert it into the channel on your mixer and you're ready to go. So let's take a look at how easy this module is to operate. I've got an SE Electronics V7 here, and we'll just make it feed back through my studio monitors. We'll engage the 545, and you'll hear how quickly it takes care of any feedback problems that might come up. So I'll place the microphone in front of the speaker, you'll hear it begin to feed back, and as soon as I engage the 545, the feedback will go away. Check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So with the 545 engaged, we have a ton more gain before feedback. I can basically stick the microphone right into the speaker, hit the switch, and the feedback goes away. It really is extremely effective, and it's also very transparent. It's so useful on stage. If you have loud wedge monitors, you have a performer that's all over the stage, maybe even walking in front of the PA stacks, you're going to have feedback issues. With the 545, you don't have to worry about that at all. It's going to take care of all those problems for you. I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at the 545 primary source enhancer. It's amazingly effective at controlling background noise and feedback. It's ideal whether you're in a club, in a concert venue, in a house of worship. If you have spoken word and you're trying to control background noise and feedback, so many applications for this module, you're definitely going to want to check it out. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater Soundcheck. I'm Mitch Gallagher.